The corrosive consequences of inequality, how the monetary market paradigm impacts public health and societal well-being. The market system, with its inherent tendency towards monopoly and wealth consolidation, and the monetary system, with its built-in class division, have created a profound consequence: inequality. This inequality manifests in various ways, from the disproportionate wealth of top hedge fund managers compared to scientists or healthcare workers, to the structural classism embedded in the monetary system, where individuals with savings can earn interest without contributing socially, while those who rely on loans end up paying interest that enriches the wealthy. Historically, social stratification has been accepted as a norm, with the top 1% of the population owning a significant portion of the world's wealth. However, beyond material fairness, inequality has a detrimental impact on public health. The social and economic disparities created by inequality lead to unequal access to healthcare, education, and healthy living conditions, contributing to a decline in overall public health. The monetary market paradigm, which combines the market and monetary systems, has exacerbated inequality and its negative consequences for public health. This paradigm has created a system where wealth is concentrated in the hands of a few, while the majority of the population struggles to meet basic needs. This disparity in wealth and resources leads to disparities in health outcomes and a decline in overall public health. The unsettling contrast between the immense material success of societies and the pervasive social failings has sparked considerable bewilderment. Despite unprecedented wealth, societal indicators reveal a darker narrative marked by escalating rates of drug abuse, violence, self-harm among youths, and a surge in mental health issues. This stark discrepancy unveils a profound truth, that inequality isn't merely divisive but deeply corrosive to social fabric. The empirical evidence corroborates a long-standing intuition: inequality fosters detrimental psychological and social ramifications. It seems to breed sentiments of superiority and inferiority, fostering a schism where those at the bottom feel disrespected and marginalized. This degradation of self-worth is linked to the higher prevalence of violence in more unequal societies, where disrespect becomes a potent trigger for aggressive behavior. The paramount principle emerging from this data is the pivotal role of equality in curbing violence. It stands as the linchpin for preventing violent behaviors within societies. The degree of equality versus inequality emerges as the primary factor shaping the prevalence of violence. The more egalitarian a society, the lower the propensity for violent tendencies among its populace. This foundational principle underlines the indispensable link between social equality and the prevention of violence, emphasizing the urgency of addressing disparities to safeguard societal well-being. The empirical realities substantiate the interconnectedness between societal inequalities and the alarming surge in social maladies. The data echoes the sentiment that pervasive inequalities breed a climate ripe for social unrest, marked by feelings of disrespect and inferiority. In essence, the evidence not only underscores the profound psychological and social implications of inequality but also underscores the imperative of striving for a more equitable society to stem the tide of violence and societal deterioration. The assertion that equality stands as the linchpin for curbing violence underscores a profound truth about societal dynamics. This principle posits that the prevalence of violence within a society is intricately linked to the prevailing degrees of equality or inequality. By placing equality at the forefront of prevention strategies, it not only addresses violence but acts as a fulcrum for social well-being. This principle underscores the need for societal structures that prioritize equitable distribution of resources, rights, and opportunities to mitigate the risk of violent behaviors stemming from feelings of disparity and marginalization. The ramifications of growing inequality transcend singular aspects of societal functioning; rather, they permeate every facet of communal existence. It's evident that heightened inequality isn't limited to isolated problems but engenders a broader social dysfunction. As disparities widen, a domino effect unfolds, impacting various spheres, including crime rates, public health, mental well-being, and numerous other societal indicators. This correlation paints a comprehensive picture wherein the degree of inequality bears a direct relationship with the deterioration of multiple social dimensions, portraying inequality as a catalyst for widespread societal malaise. The data underscores the pervasive and multidimensional impact of inequality, revealing a societal landscape characterized by systemic dysfunction. The correlation between growing inequality and escalating social challenges across domains like crime, health, mental illness, and more accentuates the interconnectedness of these issues. It highlights how the root cause of these multifaceted challenges often traces back to disparities in wealth, status, and opportunity, underscoring the urgent need for systemic changes to foster greater equality and alleviate the widespread social dysfunction. The striking correlation between socioeconomic status and health outcomes, known as the health socioeconomic gradient, underscores a profound disparity that transcends singular diseases or conditions. This gradient manifests as a downward slope, where each step down the socioeconomic ladder corresponds to deteriorating health across multiple facets. It's a complex interplay wherein life expectancy, prevalence of diseases, and infant mortality rates all worsen as one descends socioeconomically. However, the reasons behind this gradient are not as straightforward as mere health causes driving socioeconomic differences. It's observable that an individual's socioeconomic status at a young age can predict their health outcomes decades later, questioning the direction of causality. Contrary to simplistic explanations attributing the health gradient solely to healthcare access or lifestyle risk factors like smoking and drinking, a deeper truth emerges: the profound impact of stress associated with poverty. While lifestyle choices contribute to health disparities to a certain extent, careful studies reveal they only explain a portion of the variability in health outcomes across different socioeconomic strata. The residual factor, largely unaccounted for, aligns with the stress inherent in poverty. It's not merely being in a state of poverty but the psychological and emotional weight of feeling poor that significantly impacts health outcomes. This revelation underscores the profound psychological toll that socioeconomic inequality exerts on individuals, revealing that the health-poverty connection is more about the perception and experience of poverty than the condition of being poor itself. The correlation between socioeconomic disparities and public health outcomes highlights the pivotal role of social relations in chronic stress. Heightened socioeconomic inequality exacerbates public health problems, with more significant disparities leading to severe health challenges. Extensive research consistently links greater equality to favorable health indicators, showcasing longer life expectancies, lower rates of substance abuse and mental illness, and stronger social cohesion in more egalitarian societies. Additionally, crime rates, homicides, and imprisonment rates tend to be lower in nations with reduced inequality. The Whitehall study emphasized the stark contrast in health outcomes across socioeconomic strata, revealing a stark fourfold increase in heart disease mortality among those situated in lower socioeconomic tiers compared to their higher-tier counterparts. This health gradient persists regardless of healthcare access, emphasizing the profound impact of psychosocial stress on health outcomes. In the pursuit of wealth through trade, deception often becomes a currency, widening the chasm between the affluent and the destitute. As disparities grow, societal health deteriorates, fracturing communities and eroding trust. In this market-driven hierarchy, the intrinsic value of social relations diminishes, giving way to alienation and individualism. To forge a more inclusive society, we must confront income inequality and prioritize equitable distribution, where genuine connections outweigh material gain.
The best way to reduce poverty is to unleash the creative power of individuals through free markets and limited government.
Please note, I'm not advocating big government like a 1984 Ingsoc-style society. Nor do I advocate the phrase, "you will own nothing and you will be happy." Yet the market system as it currently is, through trade, both parties both wanting to secure the better outcome for themselves, mathematically results in a greater and greater gap between rich and poor. Science shows this situation is bad for human health due to the stress of social competition and a social hierarchy. The market results in poor social relations. The monetary market system stands at the heart of numerous societal maladies, serving as the primary driver behind ecological degradation, waste, pollution, violence, poverty, and animal abuse. Its profit-oriented structure not only perpetuates these problems but also significantly contributes to the prevalence of mental health disorders like neurosis, depression, and anxiety within society. This profit-driven motive not only exacerbates existing societal issues but also impedes progress towards personal health, global sustainability, and societal advancement. It's crucial to recognize that the root cause of these challenges lies not in individual entities like corrupt governments or corporations, nor in inherent human nature, but rather in the systemic flaws embedded within the socio-economic system itself.
This may be hard for you to understand, but there is no conspiracy. Nobody is in charge. It's a headless blunder operating on the illusion of a master plan. Can you grasp that? Big Brother is not watching you.
This land was purchased legally.
You destroyed a natural habitat, drained its resources, then abandoned it to rot. There is nothing legal about that.
Never forget that everything Hitler did in Germany was legal.
Consequently, meaningful change can only be achieved through systemic transformation, which prioritizes values such as equity, sustainability, and collective well-being over profit margins. Such systemic change is imperative to address these pressing societal issues effectively and pave the way for a more equitable and sustainable future.
You will never leave this basement. This will be your life. Until I have squeezed every last dollar out of you.
Religion, the dominion of the human mind. Property, the dominion of human needs. And government, the dominion of human conduct, represent the stronghold of man's enslavement and all the horrors it entails. You can't have capitalism without racism. Patriotism is a form of racism.
And now, please stand for the Australian National Anthem.
Oh, the United States is really fucking great. Oh, the United States is the best fucking place. Oh, Mitt Romney rules. I am glad he is president.